When Samantha Price met Ethan Ward, it felt like something out of a storybook. He was charming, kind, and impossibly attentive. The kind of man who remembered the smallest details, who sent flowers for no reason, who looked at her as if she were the only person in the world. Within a year, they were married. And within 2, she thought she'd built the perfect life. A beautiful suburban home, weekend getaways, friends who envied her. But behind the warmth of Ethan's smile, something darker was waiting. It started with small things. Ethan would disappear into the basement for hours at a time, claiming he was working on his projects. He said it was his private space, a workshop where he could unwind. Samantha respected that, at first, but over time, she noticed how protective he became of that door. He installed a new lock. He started keeping the key with him, even while sleeping. And once, when she walked too close to the basement steps, he snapped, a flash of anger so cold it made her stomach twist. "I told you not to go down there," he said softly. And then, just like that, the charming smile returned. Samantha tried to push away her unease. Maybe he was just stressed. Maybe he was working on a surprise for her. But one night, while Ethan was away on a business trip, she heard a strange noise coming from below, a faint rhythmic hum, and then something metallic clinking against the floor. Her curiosity got the better of her. The basement door was locked, of course, but Ethan had made one mistake. She remembered how once, months ago, he left his jacket on the couch, and in its pocket, she'd seen a small silver key. He never noticed when she made a copy. With trembling hands, Samantha unlocked the door and descended the steps. The air was colder down there, heavy, damp, and stale, like the world had forgotten this part of the house existed. A single bulb swung overhead, casting long shadows across the concrete. At first, she saw nothing out of the ordinary, tools, shelves, a workbench. But then her eyes adjusted, and that's when she saw them. Along the back wall, in neat, obsessive order, were boxes, dozens of them, each one labeled with a name. All women. She froze. Her own name wasn't among them, but every other name seemed strangely familiar. She'd seen them before, in old missing persons posts, news articles, and flyers taped to telephone poles. With shaking hands, she opened one of the boxes. Inside was a woman's necklace, a faded photograph, and a small notebook filled with obsessive, personal notes. What she wore, what perfume she used when she left work. Ethan had been watching them. All of them. And then she found a second box. This one containing a strand of blonde hair tied with a ribbon. And a third with a pair of earrings. Each one was a trophy. A piece of someone who never came home. Samantha backed away, her breath coming in short, panicked bursts. She stumbled toward the stairs, but just as she reached the door handle, she heard it, the unmistakable sound of footsteps upstairs. Ethan was home, heart pounding. She killed the light and froze. His footsteps grew louder, slower, until they stopped directly above her. "Sam," his voice called softly. "Are you down there?" She didn't answer. She couldn't. Moments later, the door creaked open. A sliver of light spilled down the stairs. She ducked behind a shelf, clutching her phone, trying to stay silent as he descended, one step at a time. When his shoes hit the concrete, she caught a glimpse of his face in the dim light. The man she thought she loved looked different now. Colder, calm, almost rehearsed. "You weren't supposed to see this," he said quietly. What happened next would later become the subject of every headline in the state. Samantha darted from the shadows, sprinting up the stairs. Ethan lunged, grabbing her arm, but adrenaline took over. She slammed the door, turned the lock, and ran. By the time police arrived, Ethan was gone. For weeks, a massive manhunt followed. Investigators searched the basement and confirmed what Samantha already feared. Every box belonged to a real missing woman, all with eerily similar features. Blonde, mid-30s, same height, same build, just like her. Ethan Ward, the man everyone thought was a perfect husband, had been living a double life. He wasn't collecting memories. He was keeping trophies. 3 months later, police found Ethan's car abandoned near the edge of a forest outside the city. Inside was a map marked with 3 more names, and a note written in his hand. "I was only trying to save them from their pain." His body was never found. Some believe he fled the country. Others think he ended his own life. But for Samantha, the nightmare never really ended. She moved away, changed her name, and has never spoken publicly since. But every so often, someone posts online claiming to have seen a man who looks just like Ethan, sitting alone in a diner, staring at the door, Sometimes the monsters we fear the most aren't strangers. They're the people who promise to love us forever. If this story gave you chills, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more true crime stories that prove even the perfect lives can hide the darkest secrets. Because in the world of love and trust, nothing is ever as it seems.